Welcome back to Gaming with Marty. Today I bring you guys another. I'll say this is another installment into our Learning LSPDFR series. Um, Basically, this is going to be catered toward anyone who wants to use QuantV. Uh, Decent graphical mod to use. It also adds in a couple other things that allows you to get rid of some plugins and or scripts that you have. One being FPS aim, basically forces you into first person when you aim with your firearm. I did have a mod controlling that called force first aim, so that is no longer needed. And then another one in vehicle is I don't know if it's going to show up here, but basically it's the equivalent to sticky wheels. So no longer need the sticky wheel script. You can delete that out your game by using QuantV, in addition to all of the graphical changes that you can apply through. Actually looks pretty decent through QuantV. But I did notice that with the previous version and also this most recent update, even though the change logs say that this has been addressed, I did a fresh install of it and it was not addressed. And what that happens to be, you won't see it here because I did fix it on I've already went through the steps to fix it. But basically, whenever you were going to nighttime, the sky would have, like, a red and blue galaxy look to it that looked really, just in my opinion, just really bad. No matter if it was evening or if it was night, that galaxy look was there and it just looked really, really bad. So yeah, so I did find a way around that though. So let's go back to the desktop, and what I'm going to do for you, since you've just seen my GTA running with QuantV and the sky look perfectly normal, what I'm actually going to do here is reinstall QuantV into my actual current Grand Theft Auto 5 setup, so that we can go back into the game and I can show you what actually happens and the way to get around that. So we'll go back through. Let me go grab base mod. We'll install that. Again, mine's is already installed, so all this fresh install is going to do is basically overwrite any changes that I have made. And that's fine because I recently fixed this, so it's no big deal. I have no issue going back through and, fixing it if this is going to help out a few people that would like to use QuantV, where we're running into that issue and we're not satisfied with the results. So we installed base mod, and now we've also thrown in QuantV as well. You can see that it's adding all the additions. I'm gonna have to go back through and delete the EMBs from my actual root GTA file folder, but that's fine. Again, takes a few seconds. I know what to delete and what to leave in, so no big deal. But the big deal is, and we'll actually go in and take a look at exactly where the issue is at. We'll go into the game, see the issue, come back out to the desktop, fix the issue, go back in the game to see that the issue has been corrected. Because I was definitely looking forward to using QuantV, but when I was running into that galaxy problem, I was not happy. So what we'll do now is go into mods, x64, pardon me, update, update RPF, x64 textures, Sky Dome. Now, the Sky Dome is exactly what you're going to be wanting to look for. Now, as you can see here, it does add a new, bigger, more vibrant moon. But if you click down for Starfield and also Noise 16, you can see the bluish and red hues for the galaxy, and then the stars themselves. You can see that reddish hue here, and the stars are blue. Trust me, it looks trash. We're going to go in game. Stick with me. I'll be right back. Actually, before we go in game, I want to point something out. When you do install QuantV, the new version, and let's go to our Grand Theft Auto 5 folder. Alright, so when you do install the new version of QuantV, it's going to also include some EMB files, and that's fine. But the issue is that EMB doesn't work with Rage plugin hook. It no longer does. I'm not sure if there's a fix for it. I've tried a lot of things within EMB local, which allows you to either activate or deactivate the proxy library and change exactly which proxy library it'll be pulling from. That no longer works. So there are two files you do want to delete from your game. First being D3D compiler underscore 46E, and then the second is going to be, I believe it's D3D11. Let me double check something real quick. Yes, it is. So you're going to want to delete once again D3D11, and also, actually, before we delete those, I'll show you why. So if you don't delete those two files when you install the newest updated version of QuantV, your game won't start. And again, it's just due to Rage plugin hook no longer working with EMB, and these two files are associated with EMB, so that's why you're going to get an automatic CTD, crash the desktop. But the way around that is to delete those two files that I pointed out, which is going to be the D3D11.dll, and then also that compiler underscore 46E. So as we see, we get the automatic crash the desktop. I can do that 4 or 5 more times. Nothing's going to change. So we'll go ahead and delete D3D11, and then also 46E. Let's exit out of that. Delete those two. Start Rage, and as soon as we get past the hooking process and it starts to load, I'll pause it so you guys, actually, you know what, I'll just let it rock out so that you know that this video isn't edited, that this is the right way to go about removing that galaxy feature. One thing I do like about LSPDFR itself is the process of actually getting it to run. Definitely takes some patience, and as we can see here, we are no longer experiencing that immediate crash of desktop after we remove those two files. So sit tight for a minute, let you guys enjoy my custom loading music and also the custom background wallpapers, screensavers, whatever you want to call them. Hopefully YouTube doesn't flag the music, but it's an instrumental, so I think it'll be alright. So because in my Rage plugin hook settings I have load all plugins on startup, it takes, a few extra seconds for me to load in. Usually, it would be a little bit faster after it loads story mode. But I would spawn as Franklin, and toggling that setting in your RPH settings allows you to just skip a step. All right. So as we load in, you can see Franklin's shadow, but since we have that toggle, we're just going to go ahead and just preload everything up for us real quick. Spawns us out at the prison. We'll go to night, and we are experiencing the Galaxy features, but QuantV is still working at the moment. So in order to remove that, and actually let me show you, it gets worse if you make the time darker, and then it's really visible there, and it just doesn't look good. Not for my patrols, at least. So now we'll go ahead and exit out of the game. All right, so in order for us to fix that, what we want to do, remember, the path to access your Skydome is going to be mods, update RPF, x64, textures, and then inside of Skydome. Inside of Skydome, you'll see the star field and then the galaxy background behind it. So to fix that, what you're going to want to do, you can either do it within OpenIV or you can come to your Grand Theft Auto 5 root directory. But what you want to do is copy your x64A to your mods folder. Now you can pull the file itself from x64A without moving it, but you would have to do it within OpenIV. So just in case anything happens, copy it over to your mods folder, go into x64A, straight down to textures, straight down to Skydome. This is going to have the default GTA settings for your Skydome and also anything else. The background, the moon, your dither. So you can take the moon from the other Skydome, just drag and drop it to your desktop and then insert it into the default ones within your mods folder if you like to do that, but you don't necessarily have to. So what we'll do now is I already have the originals pulled out, so we'll go back into where QuantV installed our updated Skydome, which is going to be an update RPF, x64, textures, and Skydome. We'll go ahead and pull over our original Skydome files on my third monitor. That's why you guys didn't see that come over. We'll drop that in, and then now we'll review everything, and we'll see. I guess I didn't drop it in right. Hold on. I guess I messed that up a little bit. I guess the one I had on my desktop is the custom one, but no worries, as before we already have that file saved in our x64A. And just to double check, you can see that it is the originals. So we'll drag and drop that to the desktop. I'm getting a message about copy and replace, and that's basically why. So we'll do that. Our new Skydome is here. We'll go back to, again, where QuantV installed the overridden files. We'll open that up. That's why it didn't work, because you don't drop the whole YTD in here. You drop it when you're not editing the texture. So then there's that. We'll take the Sky Dome, and you'll see the kilobytes change from 4,900 down to 76. And there you go. You're back to having QuantV running, but also your Sky not looking like crap. So we'll save that. Reopen LSPDFR. Take one last look at our Sky, and the problem is solved. This time around, I won't let you guys sit through the opening scenes, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back to wrap up this video. Loading back in now. Let's go on duty. Just because, why not? If I can spell. Ignore all of that. Go to our time. Activate afternoon or evening or night rather. As you guys can see, we no longer have the galaxy feature messing up the patrols, messing up our visuals, and on top of that, QuantV is working. Quick way to get that done for you guys. Appreciate you stopping through. Sorry this went a little bit longer than I expected, but the main goal is to get everybody's game running the way it should be. Stay tuned for more content over here at Game with Marty. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.